Hello and welcome to the Longhaired Hiker YouTube channel. My name is Luke and today is a very exciting day because it is new backpack day. My chosen backpack is an Osprey Atmos 65 AG. Now that's a 65 litre backpack and the AG stands for anti-gravity because I'm going to be doing a 2-day wild camp in Dartmoor in the middle of November. So I need a backpack that's going to really stand the test of spending 2 nights in Dartmoor. Essentially, I want it to carry quite a bit of weight and more comfortably. Now, this is actually quite a heavy backpack. I'm not sure what it comes in at, something like just over 4 pounds, but it's designed to carry more weight comfortably, as per the anti-gravity kind of like title. So I'm really excited to get into this. I'm going to open it in front of you. First looks right now, and we'll see what we get. 65 litre capacity, so it's not the biggest you can get, but it's a really decent size. So let's open it up now. So, as you can see, it's quite a large backpack. First off, the first thing I notice is its rigidity. It's quite a rigid backpack. You can kind of like hold it and it won't flop around anywhere. I believe that's going to be a really good thing because when it's on your back, it's going to be nice and solid. It does have a little brain at the top. We'll have a little look into how much space that has got. But first looks, I love the kind of black look. It's got reflective panels on it here, here and here. So you'll be able to kind of like be seen if someone is shining a torch at you. And I believe that all Osprey kind of rain coverings are like this luminous green. Should we have a little look now? It's in this little compartment here, and yeah, luminous green. You ain't going to be missed with that, are you? Awesome, so that's in that front little compartment there. So I think all the compression straps are done up on it at the moment. So we're just going to loosen those off to kind of like let the pack come out a bit. Okay, that took a little while to do, but as you can see, it's fully opened up. There were some compression straps at the top and at the bottom here on both sides. I was missing this top compression strap and fumbling around as to how to open it up. But now it's open, you can see that it's got quite a big capacity there. You have this front kind of like, I want to call it a kangaroo pouch because it is just a pouch and it's quite flexible as well. So I'm guessing you can just stow your rain gear in there, so it's nice and quick access. I probably will put my rain gear or maybe like first aid kits in there, just nice and easy to access, and nice and quick as well. So that's just secured by that little clip in the top there. So that's the first kind of like front pouch there. Then you've got these 2 side zip pockets. They're fairly decent, sort of like my hand's width when it's in there, quite narrow though. So they could be like quick access pockets as well. This one is a little bit deeper and more spacious. Obviously they might just like swerve under each other for those front pockets. So really nice little quick access pockets on the front there. You've got on the side these big side pockets. Now they're really deep. And what's really nice about these is when you've got it on your back, you've got access to the side here in the front, so you can easily access water bottles if you can get your hand around there from the front. Moving on to where the harness is, you have this really cool mesh all the way from the very top all the way over the shoulders, so it's kind of mold formed into the shoulders all the way down the back here and then into the hip part as well, as you can see. Now interestingly, on this hip bit, it is moulded all the way in, all the way around, okay? And then on this bit, you can't see it, but it's got like this jelly grippy stuff, so that should stay pretty solid on your hips and not move around a lot, so that's going to reduce any sorts of chafing that you may get, which is amazing. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop this on. It's the first time I've got this backpack on. I have no idea what the fit is on me right now. Instantly, I've just put this on my back. Now it's got nothing in it, but these hip things can hold it on my back without the harnesses, which is mental. I think they're kind of like, you know, remember those little grabby bears that used to grab onto you? They're kind of like those. which is really positive. Absolutely crazy. I didn't expect them to grip on like that. So let's get these on. I'm just gonna get this belt on first, just to make sure it's nice and snug. Okay, so to tighten up the belt, you've got this clasp here, you pop that on, and then you've got these forward pulling tabs here. So you're just gonna pull them forward and tighten up that belt. That's nice and snug on my hip now. And then to tighten up the shoulders, you have these little loop here, so you can snug these down onto your shoulders. Now, this isn't set up correctly for me because I've got this massive, massive gap between my shoulders and here. So that shouldn't actually be like that. So I'm just going to adjust those right now because it has an adjustable back on here. So I want to make that back of the pack a little bit shorter there. So I've just gone away and put loads of gear in here. It's weighing about 15 kg right now, not crazy, and it feels really, really light on my back. I suppose that is the fact that it does have that anti-gravity, and it feels like it's taken the weight on my hips a lot. I've gone for a large, and I have really slim hips. I am getting a little bit bigger around the hips in my older age, so I think I'm happy with this fit because it doesn't actually, even though it's got quite a bit of weight in, I wanted to test it out, it doesn't feel like it's on my shoulders at all. So it's still, the majority of the weight is taken by my hips there, which is perfect. You do obviously have the choice of this clip here. That's just going to bring the straps away from your shoulders so that if you are hiking and moving, you're not going to be chafing in here. So that's pretty decent. Overall, I'm really, really happy with the fit. Now on the side here, you do have these little pockets. They are quite easy to get to. I don't find them very hard. I can get both hands in there, nice and easy. They're quite spacious as well. You definitely can fit a phone in there and quite a few snacks. And again, on the other side, that is exactly the same size pocket there. So nice big side pockets. I don't think you can pull them closed with one hand. So you do need to reach around and pull them. Many people might not have the flexibility to do that. That might be something you want to consider when purchasing this backpack. You cannot close that zip on the side hip bit with one hand. Maybe a deal breaker for you, I don't know. Taking a look at the brain of this backpack, you do have a smaller compartment here. Okay, so that's just a nice flat one across the top of the bag. It does have a key hook on it as well, which is very handy, and I always use those. These zips all have like this really easy to grab on toggle. Okay, so that's nice. If you've got gloves on or anything like that, they'll be nice and easy to find and use. The second compartment of the brain, a little bit bigger, more spacious. They are just single pockets, but to be honest, I don't know what else you'd want. You don't really want many compartments in these options. So, yeah, nice spacious brain there. It is detachable. I don't know why you'd want to detach it, but you can detach it by detaching these little side bits here. I don't think I ever will. And you've got a little hole in here. That's for your bladder. If you want to pop a platypus in there or anything like that. I always use them, so I will definitely be using that. And then you can just run it through these little straps here on the shoulder straps. So you've always got constant access to water there. Now moving on to the inside of the rucksack, you do instantly have this red compression strap here, which has a clip on it, and you can take that off. So inside of the backpack is just one big compartment, okay? Big straight through compartment there, and you have your bladder harness on the back, nice and close to the body, and then you have almost like a hammock right in the bottom, which separates your sleeping bag compartment. I don't know if they have access to the sleeping bag compartment here. Let's have a little look. Yep, they do. At the bottom of the backpack here. Again, really difficult to do it with one hand. I'm going to open that now, and you have access to the sleeping bag compartment there. Okay, so you don't necessarily need to open up and dive through your whole pack to get access to your sleeping bag. You can just pull it out from the bottom there. It is more of a heavy duty zip on the bottom. All the other zips seem a lot smaller. That may be just because the other ones want to stay more waterproof. These packs, as with every packs that you have, aren't innately waterproof. They're going to keep most of the water out, but I would always also not just rely on the outer waterproof cover, but get yourself a pack liner too, because then you can guarantee that all your electronics and all your other dry clothes are definitely going to stay dry, and in wet weather conditions that can be a massive risk factor if your clothes are getting wet. So get a pack liner, they're like £6, tops 10, and they can really save your dry clothes. So what are my cons for this backpack? I think initially, obviously the weight, it's a little bit of a heavier backpack. However, with the added design on it, the anti-gravity design, when you've got some weight in this pack, it really doesn't feel like you do. So you can carry a lot more weight with this pack quite easily. I think that's the massive pro for this one. The side pockets, and you have to use 2 hands to close the side pockets just a little bit. I feel like to be able to get the volume in these side pockets and get them a little bit bigger, there's just a lot of extra spare fabric. Perhaps when they're more full, you will be able to close it with 1 hand, but even like here, I cannot close it with 1 hand. It just pulls in an odd direction on that fabric, so that's a bit of a bummer. And then the pros, I love the back mesh. Love the back mesh all down here, and the gel around the waist. That's really lovely. The straps are super comfy. The waistband keeps the weight on your waist, but it just doesn't feel like you've got the weight that you have in the bag, to be honest. I like the access to the sleeping bag in the bottom compartment here. I like the kind of sling front to it, so you can have quick access to those things that you might need if it's constantly on and off raining. You haven't got to open any zip to get in. You can just chuck it off, unclip that, and whack your waterproofs on nice and easy. It has loads and loads of little attachment points. I'm not a fan of attachment points on the outside. I'd rather keep my stuff in the rucksack and take what I need and not pin loads of stuff to the outside. But yeah, really, really happy with this backpack. I cannot wait to get it out on the trail, and I'll let you guys know how I get on with it. If you've liked this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, because I will be bringing out a video on my first time using this backpack and what I thought of it, and more pros and cons, I guess, to see how I get on the trail. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.